Let me tell you quickly about what you've been drinking. I think some of you been having tiny, tiny martinis? Yes, okay. Those are made with Singani 63, which is a Bolivian grape brandy. It's a type of pisco. They're a wet martini, so it's like a 2-to-1 with cocky Americano as the vermouth, and then some lemon bitters. So Singani 63, it's quite crisp, it's quite floral. I love it. It is my favorite drink of the year. And it's a spirit brand owned by Steven Soderbergh, the film director. That's a fun fact. And then some of you will have a yuzu mojito, 0 alcohol, yes or no, a peach Bellini. They are from Beaver Farm, or Belvoir, I think Beaver. And so for most of the drinks we have tonight, we've matched the alcoholic with a non-alcoholic. So first, Rose, Caitlin and Lily will be the Christmas elves, passing around tastings as we go. But now I'd like to welcome Georgina, Hayden and Ravneet, Gill. Hello.
Hello.
So,
hello.
Georgina and Ravneet both write for The Observer. George is a food writer and broadcaster who started out as a food stylist, which means that probably between her editorial and commercial work, she has cooked more Christmas dinners than anyone in this room, probably more than this section of the room combined. And Ravneet is a chef who has worked in professional kitchens over Christmas and also as a private chef for people. So they are both going to have lots of excellent insight. We'll be taking some questions throughout the night, so if you think of anything, just raise your hand and we'll get a microphone over to you. And they will both have books for sale at the end, their most recent books. And you'll sign some stuff if people want stuff signed?
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Christmas.
So, are we going to have a toast first, a Christmas toast? More booze, straight away.
That is an amazing lineup. That is so sweet. I love this.
So we've got some champagne. It's the Co-op Le Pionniers. It is regularly written about by our food writer, David Williams, as his favourite of the supermarket champagnes. It's the Co-op. It is $22.75 for the non-vintage. The vintage, which they're currently on 2013, is about £31.
Oh.
And there's also, put your hand up when they come round if you want a 0 alcohol one. We've got the Moderato Sparkling, which is a de-alcoholized sparkling wine. I tried it at an event recently, straight after work when I didn't want to drink, and I really liked it. Sparkling wines and wines generally in the no-low range have, I think, really come along lately.
Yeah.
So it's good. I will have one of those, please.
This is so nice, because this is like when you're watching, like, you know, TV shows and everyone's trying the wine. Actually, everyone gets to try it now.
Yeah.
This is lovely. Super Christmassy. These are cute.
Yeah.
Is everyone trying these as well?
We will come to these.
Sorry, I'm ruining. Oh.
Ruining the display.
Sorry. I was stood by the trolley of cheeses.
Yeah.
It smells.
Like a trolley of cheese.
It's pretty punchy.
So, I think first, what are the keys to successful Christmas dinners?
Shall I go first?
Are we all... Yeah, you go first.
Planning, which is the most unsexy, boring comment ever, but just planning. It's basically working backwards. What is your main? What are you doing for your big, you know, your meat or whatever it is you're offering? And then figuring out the timings of that and working backwards.
Okay.
Like, because at the end of the day, a Christmas dinner is just a big, I say just, but it's a big roast, and you can do a lot of the prep in advance, which is I will stand on that, I'll die on that hill. You can prep almost everything the day before, because at the end of the day, on Christmas Day, do you want to be tied to the kitchen? Like, I want to be playing with my toys, and I'm not talking about my kids' toys, I'm talking about my toys. I want to be watching telly, I want to be drinking Cremon, I want to be watching Home Alone. I don't just want to be behind the stove all day. So I think preparing as much as you can in advance and getting on top of your timings if you're doing like a meat or what, weights and things like that. Because I think that's the thing that stitches people up is, not needing as much time or whatever. So organisation.
Yeah. And I also think outsourcing wherever you can. There are certain snacks that I will always buy in. I don't bother making blinis myself. I'll always buy them. I'll buy smoked salmon, and I'll do that as like a little starter just to alleviate some stress. And also foil containers.
Oh, yes.
They are a must at Christmas. I do a lot of the roasting in the disposable foil ones, so I can just chuck them away and not be stressed about scrubbing those out at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Are we all doing too much? I feel like we do too much.
Yeah.
7 sides, 1 bird, 3 sauces.
I'm no to the starter.
No to the starter.
No, like I'm not being like you've got the dinner, which is loads, and then you've also got all the puddings, which is the best bit. Queen of puddings here. Like I don't want a starter. I want to eat the meal and then the pudding, and then I want to just keep picking at the meal for the rest of the evening. I want to go back and get a cold roast potato and dip it into some tamassalata. Or, I want to come back, I want to make a sandwich at some point and dip that in the gravy. I don't need a starter. It's just unnecessary. Yeah.
Any thoughts? Starters? It's Christmas, so starters.
You want starters?
No starters. Too much food.
Yeah. Yeah. You could do I like a little nice breakfast. Yeah. I'll do, the smoked salmon. I'll do that in the morning with scrambled eggs. I'll make it but then I'm just, let's just get to the dinner and enjoy that. But I think your idea would be, if I had to do starter, I would do ready-made blinis, platter of smoked salmon. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I would streamline. Do you love all the sides?
Love all the sides.
Yeah.
As many sides as possible.
Sides are the best bit.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree. Favourite side?
Yorkshire pudding.
Oh, I love that.
Half undercooked, I'm sorry.
Half undercooked
I
Yorkshire
have
pudding.
got this
There's already
vintage...
dissenting people out there, and now you want to have it half undercooked.
Matty, my husband, has got this vintage Yorkshire pudding tray, which I think is totally wrong because it's like this big and each hole is like this long. It's really weird, right? He pours the batter in and the middle of them is like eating dough, but I can't tell you how much I need that fudgy Yorkshire pudding with my Christmas dinner. It mops up all the sauce. It's just like gelatinous and delicious. The top is kind of like crunchy, but these were never a thing. But now we need that vintage tray because we need those Yorkshires at the table because when you try them, you'll be converted.
I love that.
Yeah.
And actually, I'd say there was people who were like, oh, Yorkshires at Christmas dinner, because I know not everyone does that and whatever. And we, every year, before Christmas Day, with 30 mates, we'll go away and do a fake Christmas with our friends, and we'll hire a lovely big house, and we'll have this whole big thing. So we'll do this like massive Christmas dinner for like 30, 40 people. And actually, we always have Yorkshire puddings, which I think is because there's so many of us, But actually, that's a nice starter if you want to do your starters. Get the mini muffin tray and do mini Yorkies, and then do smoked salmon or a bit of ham or like horseradish and smoked salmon on there. That's a cute little starter if you have to have your starters. But Yorkies.
Yeah, sorry, I love them.
I love that.
But you could make the batter for that the day
Always,
ahead.
yeah.
And
You can
could make-
freeze.
You can freeze, and things like red cabbage you should make the day ahead.
Always.
Anyway.
Always.
Yeah.
Oh my god! But red cabbage is my favourite.
I love a braised red cabbage.
I love it. And it's funny because I don't think everyone does it, but it is my absolute favourite side, and should be made the day before. But Yorkshire puddings, not even cook them and freeze them.
Okay.
So you bake them. Like if you think about, is it Aunt Bessie in the freezer? Right? They're made and they're frozen. Just make them and freeze them.
Or just buy hers.
Or just buy Aunt Bessie's,
They're
whatever.
very
There's no judgment.
buy some.
Just buy some.
No judgment at
But
Christmas.
red cabbage the day before, parboil and chuff the potatoes the day before, peel the carrots the day before.
Make your gravy this weekend.
Make your gravy now.
Seriously, make
It's
it this
gravy
weekend.
week. Is it gravy day?
Freeze
I
it.
think gravy weekend was this weekend. It's
gone?
gone, I
Okay.
think. But make your gravy. The only thing you should be cooking from scratch on the day is the joint or whatever it is you're doing, really.
So I think with the joint, you can take it out of the fridge. People say half an hour before, but it's longer, right?
Longer, yeah.
I'm going to ask Matt, the butcher in the front row, how long can I take the meat out of the freezer for? For like a standard...
The freezer or the fridge?
The fridge.
The fridge.
5 kilo turkey?
Oh, I mean, that's not going off, in 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So a couple of hours before it can sit on the side.
Obviously,
Even if my...
being aware of pets, being aware of
being aware of
I once
pets.
had a woman charge into the shop desperate for a duck on Christmas Eve because her dog had eaten the whole duck.
Right, yeah.
No.
Not a good place to be.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so be aware of pets, and if you've got a very hot kitchen, maybe
Yeah.
closer to a window.
I mean,
Even very hot,
Even
5
very hot,
kilos
exactly.
isn't gonna. Sorry, thank you.
yeah, like a large bird joint of meat is not going to get internally dangerously hot. The more you get out, when you get out and you do breakfast, cover it up. Watch out for pets.
Yeah. And then it's good.
Yeah, that's good, and it will cook more evenly as well because you brought it to room
Yeah.
temperature.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then while Matt's got the mic, resting longer than you think, right?
Yeah.
I knew you'd ask me this, so I was thinking about this on the way here, and I was like, maybe. What do you guys think? I would maybe, like, depending on the size, like, totally depends. If you're feeding 4 people, it's not the same as if you're feeding like 12 of a massive turkey, but you could probably get the turkey out to rest, and then put like the roast potatoes in.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to get cold. It's just going to get like nicely rested. Probably same with a big bit of beef.
And isn't that like the whole point of the gravy as well, right? So if you're taking your turkey out an hour and a half before, I mean an hour, I would, and then you just have your hot gravy, and just like, as long as, and everything else is hot, it's not the end, but it's still going to stay, it will still stay hot. It absolutely will still stay hot.
Indeed.
And a meat thermometer, if you're nervous, I think is,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like.
I think
'cause-
if you're buying a good piece of meat, which you all should be, paying 20 quid for an instant read digital thermometer, or even not instant read, like, that's a pretty small percentage to not ruin Christmas.
Yeah. Turkey always needs a lot less time than people think. A significantly less time. Like, 2-3 hours is more than enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. People that cook in them for 5-6 hours, you really shouldn't be. That's a really blanket statement, but it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're right, the resting, that hour is going to, yeah.
Make it good. And finally, if you're picking up meat from your butcher at Christmas, be kind to them because they have been up for a long time and haven't probably gone to bed the night before either. So
Yeah.
if you've got a Christmas Eve pickup, take them a small beer.
And be a good person and order it in advance. They're not stressing at the last minute, because that must be quite a stress. But actually, I don't traditionally do turkey. We do capon.
Oh, I love a capon.
I love a capon.
So
I'm just
hard
gonna
to get hold of.
I'll pre-order.
So capon, well,
Castrated
can you buy them
cock.
here?
Cockerel,
Can you-
sorry, cockerel.
So a cockerel
Cockerel.
in the UK. So they're older, they're bigger than a chicken, and they are just sort of they're like a turbocharged chicken flavour. They're super
Yeah.
delicious.
It's like chicken flavoured crisps. That's how everyone's
Yeah.
like, why do you do cockerel? Yeah.
So they're bigger. If you don't want to cook a turkey, but you've got more people than a chicken will feed, a cockerel is a really good option, I think.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think that they tend to dry out as much as a turkey does. I think they're easier to cook. They are.
Yeah, they come with like a little thing, like you just got to do the noise. You've got to do the cockle-doodle-doo. You have to do it. Little recorder pack.
But I
Go
think
for
they're
it.
quite hard to get hold of because you can only get them from France. Is that correct?
So a capon, yes,
capon,
but a
yes.
cockerel,
Oh, fine.
people raise them here.
Yeah.
Foss Meadows do a cockerel.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
great. Oh, great.
And if you pre-order them, but like because we don't have many meat eaters in our house, so there's just no point doing a turkey. And I just think it's tastier.
Yeah.
It's just really nice. But chicken flavoured crisps, yeah.
Do you have any favourite cheats and tricks for Christmas dinner? We've talked about getting as many things as you can
Yeah.
the day ahead. What about puddings the day ahead?
Always. So even like 3 days before, 4 days, I have sticky toffee pudding on Christmas Day, and I will make it 3 or 4 days in advance, and it will not go off. It won't go hard. It won't go it won't spoil basically because it's so moist, that sponge. And what I love about sticky toffee pudding is it's basically blender cake. It's very hard to get wrong. Everything goes into a blender. Pour it into your tin and you bake it. You can also do that if you're going for Christmas somewhere that isn't your kitchen, because most people have a blender. Very easy thing to make. And I make my sauces in advance. Then when people want it, you just put it in the microwave, put your sauce on and you're done. My mince pies, I tray them up. So I get a muffin tin, grease it, put all my pastry in, make my mince pies, put them in the freezer directly, even egg wash them before the freezer. Then when people want them, I put them in the oven for 12 to 15 minutes, and then out you get the most delicious like hot mince pies with a bit of brandy cream. And it looks like you've made loads of effort, but you did them ages ago. So I always do that. And I do a toffee apple self-saucing pudding. We have a selection of puddings, but one of them is the toffee apple. Okay, I have to tell you about this.
Oh, this sounds amazing.
It's changed some people's life. So what you do, right, the night before, you can take your apples, big fat brownie apples, peel them and chop them into big chunks. You put them in like a Le Creuset or any sort of casserole dish. You make a very simple cake batter. Can be done in a blender, can be done by hand, it can be done in a stand mixer. Put that on top, sprinkle brown sugar on top and put it in the fridge. Then the next day when you want your pudding, you pour hot apple juice over the top.
Okay.
Put it into the oven, and in 25 to 30 minutes, you get a self-saucing toffee apple pudding, and it's sublime. Yes.
Wait. So hold on. You know, the cake mixture. Are you talking like just a normal
cake
4-4-4-2 situation?
Google it. It will come up. Ravneet Gill self-saucing
Self-saucing.
toffee apple pudding. It will come up. It's all there for free.
So I'm
Make
doing
it.
that.
Yeah.
Okay,
it will
I'm doing
change
that.
your life.
Because I'm team sticking to pudding on Christmas Day as well. So
Yeah.
but that sounds delicious.
Everybody goes wild for it.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah,
really
that
good.
sounds good.
What was the question?
Don't know. We have a question here.
It's a very simple question. Hello. What kind of cream, or do you serve something cold with it?
Yes, always contrasting. Cold creme anglaise. I always have creme anglaise. I have a jug of cream. I have some sort of sauce, maybe a chocolate sauce or a toffee sauce on the table. I have brandy cream as well and brandy butter. And ice cream. I have ice cream too. Yeah. Everything is available at my house.
I really thought we were going to come out here and just be like, pare it down. No one needs all the food. Actually, sauce of chocolate.
More is more is more.
All the sauces.
I think when it comes to pudding, more is more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also it's an easy win, isn't it? Because what puddings are you doing in situ on the top? You know, you're not. You're making all of them. Anything you do, it's always in advance. Trifle, day before.
Yeah.
If you're a Christmas cake, Christmas pudding person, you've probably made that already. Like, nothing's really being made.
Would you ever make a Christmas pudding?
No.
No.
Absolutely not. And,
That is, if we get to talking about things
I like them.
Definitely, maybe we should talk about things that we would definitely buy. I would definitely buy a Christmas pudding. I'm never making one.
No, but also, like, I don't know about you guys, but I would eat one, but it's not my favourite thing in the world. And there's literally only one person that eats them in our house. Everyone else absolutely hates them. So there's just no point. I like making a Christmas cake, but again, I feel like I make them every year and feed it and whatever. But then I end up like half of it never gets eaten. It sort of gets slightly with the cheese, but yeah, buy my Christmas puddings always. Blinis again for starters. I would buy.
Custard? Are we buying custard at Christmas or making it?
Yeah, you can get really good ready-made custard, like fresh custard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually,
But I like ambrosia too.
Yeah, mine a lot of birds.
I really like it.
My lot of birds. If I don't serve birds custard to my dad, if I even try...
From the powder mix,
From the powder mix. If I try and make him custard, he's just like, he turns his nose up in disgust. He wants birds and he wants Paxo. Do you know what I mean? There's like, there's just no point. There's no point. Paxo, there you go, there's another one. Like, of course, sausage stuffing, lovely, but also a lot of them are veggie in our house, so I just have to always do the Paxo. Yeah.
And do you cook nut roasts for your veggies?
Absolutely not.
No.
But that's because they.
What do you cook for your veggies?
Well, they don't. They tell me not to. I would happily make anything, but they just love all the sides. And so they'll say to me, and actually they're not strict veggie, they're pescatarian. They don't eat meat, they eat fish. So I have started doing a side of salmon because I just feel guilty not giving them something special. So I'll do like almost like a ham. I'll do a honey roast side of salmon. So I'll do honey and mustard, and I'll do the whole side. And it's really, really delicious, and it's just easy. And I can marinate the day before and just bake it at the last minute. But they genuinely are just happy with a plethora of all the sides. They want everything done beautifully. And I get that. I was veggie for a long time, and same. Like, there's nothing wrong with a nut roast. I just don't think it's necessary, personally.
Are there any questions at this stage? Questions? Question?
This might be an idiot question, but when you say buy blinis in, I'm presuming they're not ready assembled. You just mean the pancake bit, and then you've still got to put the rest together.
Yeah, but you know, I would genuinely, I wouldn't even bother. Sorry, I wouldn't even bother putting them together. I would get a platter, and I would just put the salmon all beautifully, and I would put a pile of the blinis, and I'd do a bowl. I'd spoon the bowl of the
Creme fraiche. Cream cheese.
Yeah, cream cheese, creme fraiche, wedges of lemon, snip over some chives, and I would put that platter, and it would look glorious and lovely, and then let people make them up themselves. you know, one less job, and it looks, you know, family service, very picturesque. But yeah, I think it's nice.
We've got an Observer Food Monthly coming out this Sunday, and we go even more simple. And for our snacks in our party feature, we've made blini crisps. When we get ready salted crisps, we don't even bother with the blini. Ready salted crisps, some finely chopped dill through creme fraiche, and then some just super like lumpfish caviar, and just leave bowls of that out for people to help themselves.
That's nice.
That's really
as
nice.
as a snack with, you know, read about more snack ideas this Sunday in the Observer Food Monthly. Cheese straws, sausage rolls, all kinds of things. Blini crisps are the highlight.
But crisps, I mean, joke, but crisps are...
the best party snack.
Yeah, they are. I just don't think... And I know there's that trend, isn't there, for like the crisp sharing bags, or opening up and then putting stuff on top. And I think you've got a little window there. They're not as hardy as like a nacho, whatever. They will start going soggy eventually. But like, you just can't go wrong, can you? Like really nice, fancy crisps.
Even at Christmas.
Yeah, even at Christmas.
We may talk about crisps a bit later. Hello.
Hi. Have you got any more suggestions?
We're going to come over
Because
for a
there are
microphone
people
so
online
everyone
at
can
home,
hear
so
you.
we're just bringing those watching from home. Hello, online. No, I just wondered. I am reluctantly catering for vegetarians. Sorry, I personally am having a side of sirloin and having it rare. But have you got any other suggestions for vegetarians? Because I'm a bit lost, and they don't want mushrooms. They don't want nut roast. That seems to be a big thing. No nut roast. Any other suggestions? Because I'm just really stuck, and they don't eat fish.
Okay, and are you doing all the traditional sides? So
Yes.
so are you doing carrots, parsnips, Brussels sprouts, red cabbage, potatoes, I don't know if I said that, a veggie stuffing, buy that in, 100%. Buy in, I mean, Paxo's quite niche, but just get a nice, you can, like, do you know what I mean? Just get a nice veggie stuffing, I would, 100%. It's kind of like a nut roast anyway. What else is it you need? What else do we need on that? I would do something, if you do want something that's a bit spectacular, I would probably go down like a roast squash situation, like do boats of butternut squash, and then, you know, you could do something like do a whipped feta, duca on top, herbs, you know, and then that could look quite stunning, centerpiecey, a bit dramatic. You can even, you know, do a, what's it called, Hasselback squash, or it depends how, you know, much you want to make it a star of a show. But something like that I think could be quite nice. I would personally rather like another lovely show-stopping vegetable than something like a... And I really wouldn't bother than trying to make that into a Wellington or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, just something quite... What do you think?
Well, at the restaurant, we make I don't know if it's too much potato, but we do make a slab of dauphinoise, then we encase it in puff pastry and cheese. So we put cheese, dauphinoise, slab of cheese. I make the puff pastry so it's even better, but you can buy it. And you make it look like a pativier, and you bake it, and it is the most exceptional cheese and potato pie. Our vegetarians go crazy for it because it's just divine. And you can do that with a sharp pickled walnut salad on the side. Or my favourite vegetarian thing this time of year is Delica pumpkins, which I know you like too.
Love them.
And they're specialist. You only get them now from Italy, and they have that red wax on top to stop them like from spoiling. And they are just flavour without any effort. Cut them open and then put some chili and roast those. You'll get so much like texture and flavour from a Delica pumpkin that everyone will be blown away by it. So you could do that
pumpkin
too.
squash or the amazing... Yeah, that pie is phenomenal. It's so delicious.
Or vol au vent. You could do like a little mushroom vol au vent, but you said they didn't want mushroom?
You could do like squash and chestnut.
Yeah.
Squash and
Squash
chestnut.
and chestnut vol au vent.
Yeah.
Philippa
do a
on
giant
Zoom.
vol au vent.
We also have Philippa on Zoom who said a cauliflower crumble.
Yeah.
Delicious. But yeah,
Thank
a
you,
cauliflower
Philippa.
cheese, like we would also do, like, I know it's not traditional, but a cauliflower cheese or something along those lines. Like, I just think, yeah, more is more. But red cabbage, man, all the way. I love it.
I went out and I had the most delicious vegetarian soup. It tasted like Christmas. It was potato
Potato what?
ballotti soup
Oh, soup.
and chestnut.
Potato,
Ballotti and chestnut
I mean, that
soup.
sounds delicious, but...
I'd be so happy if I had soup at Christmas. That's quite odd though, isn't it?
I think then you're like, where's
Starter.
the rest of the
Yeah.
starter? That sounds delicious, though. Sounds gorgeous. Sounds lovely.
I think stew, this is my hot take, we're going to talk about them later. I wouldn't cook a roast, I wouldn't cook a joint of meat or gravy, I would cook a stew just
Okay.
because I used to have quite a small oven. So I'd cook. There are some people I used to live with that I have done this
They're
for.
like,
They're
"Oh,
here. Yes, we
triggering."
understand. I would cook a stew because then it's like you can have really nice meat, all the things you like to put in it. You can put it on top of the stove, and then you can still cook your roasties, all your other roast vegetables. And then you didn't have to worry about gravy. And it's like, it doesn't matter if it's overcooked because it's stew.
Yeah, I think like a
For
nice...
like a friend's Christmas, she was horrified.
That's a different day.
That's
Not Christmas.
Not if you live in not if you sort of a
shared house.
yeah.
Or like a braise, I guess. I'm trying to help,
Yeah.
mate. I'm trying to help.
No.
Some sort of braise. I think, look, if you've got one little oven,
That would be my
that would be your hot
ultimate
take.
Christmas.
I'd say
roast doesn't, if my fantasy Christmas without
the meat.
any, it doesn't, roast is not in it.
So if
Sorry.
you've got one little oven, another way to save space
Not
and
sorry.
not do a stew,
Yeah.
I'll give you one of my granny's. So my yaya, my granny, she always does. I say did, she's still alive, but it's only because she now realises she can't really do this anymore because it's really unhealthy. And she has this little gas oven, and her potatoes have always been the best, right? So all my life, her potatoes, best. They had a restaurant growing up. I started cooking as a teenager. I'm there trying all the different methods. I'm chuffing, I'm parboiling, I'm goose fatting, and everyone was like, they're not as good as yaya's, they're not as good as yaya's. And I'm like, they're not. But also, why aren't they as good as my granny's? And then I watched her make them one year in this tiny little oven. I'm like, how is she achieving it? I tell you how. She is not roasting them. She was confying them in a litre of olive oil. She literally would peel the potatoes, and when we're talking like Cyprus waxing, I'm not being patriotic here, but Cyprus potatoes are phenomenal. It's the soil, so they come caked in this like red clay soil. And they are a phenomenal potato. Anyway, so she'd wash them, peel them, cut them into like really big chunk wedges, whatever, and then just like layer them in a saucepan and pour over like 1 to 2 litres of olive oil, and then just leave them confying on the hob for about 2 hours. And everyone's like, yaya's potatoes are so amazing. I'm like, yeah, you know why? Because they're going to give you a heart attack. But, you know, if you've got no space, I'd probably go down that route rather than a stew, but...
Look.
I'm coming to yours Christmas Day, it's fine.
Yeah.
You can make me a stew.
Yeah.
I love that.
Stew and roast potatoes. I stand by it.
Delicious.
I also stand by my sanity. So that's the main reason.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I talked about Christmas shows earlier, and we have some things coming out, some cheeses.
Don't get too excited.
Yeah, there are, I think, 4 types of cheeses coming out. So increasingly supermarkets have raised their level when it comes to their kind of premium cheese offerings, but also when it comes to their novelty flavours, because it's a way of, I think particularly at the moment, if people are spending less generally, they tend to spend more on things like cheese at Christmas. So there have been some crazy flavours that we've seen this year, based very much in the Wensleydale with cranberry type family of Christmas cheese. Asda have kindly sent us some of their pigs in blankets cheddar, which we are all going to try with an open mind. And also some gingerbread cheddar. And now we've also got a second round of cheese coming round. We've got some more traditional cheeses that you might find on your cheese board. So we've got some of the 1912 Stilton from Corson Farm, which recently picked up a silver and Best Stilton at the World Cheese Awards in Switzerland.
Okay.
And we've also got some Rutland Red coming around also, which is, I think, the only Red Leicester made in Leicestershire. And it won a Super Gold and was the best British cheese at the World Cheese Awards. You all enjoyed those, or some of them, at least one of them. Sorry? Oh, they're Asda. Yeah, they're Asda cheeses. So, and loads of the supermarkets have kind of their own different flavours. I think Aldi has like a Wensleydale with caramelised pineapple and with a white chocolate. Like, there are some crazy flavours out there.
Did anyone like the gingerbread? Oh, no, sorry,
Yeah.
We don't shame. We don't shame. Did you like it? Would you eat that? In real life?
Yeah.
Was it just the one? Anyone else? It's a safe space.
See?
Oh, there's a few.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm just curious. There's no judgment
I
here.
thought it tasted quite like spices, like gingerbread spices. Yeah.
Listen, I used to eat cheese on chocolate digestives. There's no judgment. I mean, it's not for me, but I'm just like, don't judge. We listen and we don't judge, okay? It's Christmas.
Finding out a lot about people who work in food and their questionable choices tonight.
Our ex-boss used to, and this is actually nice, used to get a wedge of manchego
Yeah.
and drizzle it. So you could do this on your cheese board. A wedge of manchego, drizzle it with honey and sprinkle just ground coffee beans.
Yeah, that's quite...
It's nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, I've tried
it's
that.
really... Did you like it?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it is nice. It's not gingerbread cheese.
And just
you know.
quickly, in the Food Monthly that comes out this weekend, Helen Graves, who is a fantastic
she's
food writer,
amazing.
who's incredible with flavours, has written us accompaniments for a cheese board. So there's some like quick pickled fennel, there's some macerated spiced satsumas, some little soda scones. Just if you want to take your cheese board from just kind of an end of dinner thing to like a feasting with friends. There's 5 recipes there and they're all incredible.
She's a great writer.
And we have a question from the audience.
Yeah, sorry, I hate to be this person.
No.
Unfortunately, I had to go dairy-free, and I was a massive cheese person. For like years, I would always like choose the cheese bit on the dessert menu rather than like the sweet treat. And I just wondered if you had any sort of recommendations of like how to be able to join in like the cheese part of the meal without it being like full of dairy, essentially, without it being cheese. But I love cheese.
How do
so-
you feel about vegan cheese?
I've had like a few different types when I used to work at Coat, when I was like really young. They had a really good cheese there, but I never knew the brand of it, and it was like melted really well. But I'd love to know what like sort of like harder cheeses that are vegan, or things that aren't cheese completely, but sort of like satisfy that like slightly savoury option post meal. It doesn't have to be a cheese.
I think in the non-dairy cheeses, the cheeses, faux cheeses, there's a brand called La Fromagerie, which is, you can get in Waitrose, and I think online they might still have a stall in Shoreditch. They make some good blue and harder style cheeses, and there's a brand called Mouse's Favourite and I Am Not Okay, and they make some decent nut cheeses that kind of not, I wouldn't want to eat a lot of them because they're sort of, the oil is slightly different, but they're okay dupes if you're not eating the real thing. And then for like a little savoury at the end, I'm quite into like maybe some toast with anchovy.
Yeah, I
Or
would
some
go
sort
down
of
like
olive
Gilder.
olive tapenade.
I'd go down the Gilder route. I know they're super trendy, but I would do that and go down, lead into the anchovy, the salty, and I would do lovely little skewer, like little toothpicks with an anchovy, an olive, pickled green chilli, and get playful with them. And or I know it's super trendy, but they're again so delicious. Just like thick white toast, no crust on. I would say whipped butter, but whatever vegan or dairy-free alternative, and then an anchovy on top, some snip chives. Like, I could eat those till the cows come home. Like, so nice.
Have you made nut cream? Like when you soak cashews and then blitz them in a NutriBullet. So soak them.
Don't panic.
Soak them and then blitz them but do soak them so they go soft. And I would have that. If you season that, it could act like a whipped ricotta.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, that sounds delicious. Yes?
Yeah. Do you?
I mean, I don't know, but if you can't tolerate lactose, just take lactase tablets and then just wipe it out. Like some of us do.
And also like the whole nutritional yeast, using that as a cheesy. I'm not dairy free, but I used to go mad. I used to live near a Planet Organic, and they would have those kale crisps. They're like dehydrated kale, and they would have cashew nuts and nutritional yeast on them, and it tastes just like cheese. Tastes just like cheese. So I don't know, and I haven't cooked with it enough, but I know it tastes delicious, and I would lean into that just Google and find some recipes.
And then looking for other really savoury flavours, like cook down onions for ages and get some of the dairy-free, just the puff sheets that aren't the all butter, and cut them into squares and put the really deeply cooked onions with thyme and stuff, and that would
and
be
more anchovies.
a nice savoury at the end.
But I think like lean into that salty, like, you know what I mean, anchovies, antipasti.
Yeah. Are there any other questions?
Oh, yeah, this lady here.
Oh, hello.
I wanted to tell you about a recipe I made up the other day.
Yeah.
It was a bit like the cashew nut cream, and then what I did was, you know those toasted coconut chips? And I put those with the boiling filtered water and I let those soak, and then I blended the two together, and it's just so delicious, the cashew nut cream with this coconut cream.
Amazing.
It was delicious, yeah.
Delicious. Because a lot of vegan cheeses have got a coconut base as well as the nut. Yeah.
As well as the nuts.
Makes sense. Sounds lovely.
There are questions too at the back.
It's nice. It's like a group
It's
therapy
good.
session. It's lovely.
Please share more recipes as well.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask about logistics again.
Yes.
So not the timing of getting everything in, but how you get everything out.
So, okay. I would say 100% get your meat out well in advance, and then if you haven't got much space, that's fine. Like we said, hot gravy. Work backwards from like the potatoes being ready. Everything else is kind of, like, I think for me, the potatoes are the key thing that needs to be served there and then. Everything else is kind of malleable. Do you know what I mean? Like the cabbage, the longer you cook it, perfect. The meat's resting anyway. The gravy you just heat up. Carrots, everything is kind of more forgiving. So that's what I would work on, the basis that the potatoes are the sort of thing that everything else should work around for me. And you can kind of keep everything else hot. And that's kind of what I think. And hot gravy is, if you're really stressed, just really hot gravy is really forgiving and will cover a multitude of sins. If something isn't hot and something's cold, like, don't worry about it. No one needs...
Gravy is the equaliser.
It's the equaliser. And then, you know, if everything else is like varying temperatures, you can cover a multitude of sins with really hot gravy.
Yeah. I would say if you're able to, like, lay the table just the night before even. Just get that out the way, get it done, serving plates on the table. Like, it seems crazy, but who wants to lay the table at half an hour before you're meant to be eating or asking other people to do it?
You should be drinking at that point.
Yes. Someone should have poured you a glass of Co-op champagne or Moderato, frankly.
Yeah. What about
yeah, and also, you shouldn't have to ask. Those people should be bringing you that if you're if you're cooking.
Don't invite
Let them know.
What about you? What'd you say?
Perfect tips.
What would you? Is there anything? No.
No, I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
Do you agree with the roast potato?
But if you roast potatoes,
That's the
we're
sort
in
of thing,
agreement.
like-
They're the key.
Yeah, but they're the things that don't. That's the only thing that doesn't sit very well. Everything else, I think, can kind of like be reheated a bit or kept at a certain temperature without
Room
spoiling.
temperature,
You know, like
Yeah.
you've got a little window.
And and also serving family style makes things. If you've got a lot of heat-proof stuff on the table, even sometimes taking things in the trays they've been cooked in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Serve it
100%.
family style. Let people help themselves.
Totally.
Is that helpful?
I think that. What were you
Great.
What were you gonna say?
Say the same thing.
Oh, okay, fine.
And, you know, if you like people helping you, get them to help you. If you hate that, tell everyone to really stay out of your way. I kind of think at Christmas, it's your kitchen, your rules. And so I'm a bit like, if people come in and try to help me wash up, no, thank you. Please leave. That's my top tip for Christmas. Make sure you have
What do you
enough...
mean? You don't like people helping? No, the washing
No.
up is a bit. I want the help.
It's irritating. But, like, make sure you have enough washing up liquid. That's my crucial Christmas tip. Hello.
Hello. I wanted to ask, and maybe this is not a thing if you're laying the table the night before, but what is a really lovely but like luxurious, delicious breakfast that's like not too difficult to cook?
Well, Matty always does bagels on
nice,
Christmas
yeah.
Day. And it's quite fat, really, because we're so full by the time we've all eaten a bagel and a half. But we get the best bagels from, I think it's Finchley Road. There's a place called Platters. It's one man. He makes the bagels. Ooh. He doesn't sell them to anywhere else. Platters make the best bagels.
Right,
I will die telling you this. But We always get a few bags of them, put them in the freezer, and then on Christmas Day, he will toast them and we will have like cream cheese, whatever it is that we want in the bagel, because it's easy and it's so satisfying because his bagels are really light, but they're so good that you want to eat loads. So we're usually quite full until about 3 o'clock off those bagels. We do bagels.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm sort of similar actually, because you know we were saying before about starters and blinis and whatever. I think because I don't do that, we do the smoked salmon thing. We'll do like a brunch similarly.
Yeah.
So I'll often do scrambled eggs, smoked salmon, and yeah, same, either bagels or like crumpets or something like that. Something that's because
nothing doesn't create too much mess.
Yeah, and because also like I've got little kids, so they're up early, opening presents. They are not hanging around for breakfast. There's no way they are waiting to open those stockings, do you know what I mean? Like, that all happens first, and then we have a breakfast, and these keeps going basically to the afternoon. So same, like, eggs, smoked salmon, protein, bit of proteins keep it going, because you're not really having then a proper lunch. It's all a bit out of whack, isn't it? You're going to eat like a body weight in celebrations, and then probably some crisps, and then some more celebrations. Yeah. But yeah, same. I would go down the bagel crumpet.
I would, crumpets and the Christmas cheese with
Christmas cheese.
some nice relish.
Yeah. I like an eggy crumpet as well. That's something else we do quite a lot, where you whisk eggs, and I'll often put like chopped up chili, lots of seasoning or chives or whatever, and then you soak the crumpets. I mean, everyone else, it was so nice. So basically like French toast, but with crumpets. And I love an eggy crumpet. Yeah, big fan.
Any other questions? Well, a question from Claire Nelson, who used to work on a food magazine, so should know the answer.
It's a confession. She likes the gingerbread cheese.
I will never eat that gingerbread cheese again, just personally. No, my question is something I don't know. You mentioned earlier about making having gravy weekend. The gravy weekend has passed, and
what's that about?
Yeah,
I just let that slide.
You did. So do you know what, the gravy weekend thing? I think basically I did Saturday Kitchen the other day with Jamie Oliver, and I think it's not his thing, but I think he made Get Ahead Gravy quite a famous thing, like concept, and it's great. It's a really good idea. And then he jokingly said, because you have Stir It Up Sunday, don't you? So Stir It Up Sunday is traditionally the weekend in November when everyone would make their Christmas puddings and their Christmas cakes, and you'd stir the family, make a wish. He's like, oh, we've got Stir It Up Sunday. Well, next weekend is Get Ahead Gravy Sunday or whatever. And then it actually did catch on, apparently. So there are people out there who they have a specific Sunday or Saturday every year where they make their gravy for Christmas Day. And it's actually, I didn't realise, but apparently it's a real thing. And the way one would do that would be, I'm sure I'm teaching a lot of you to suck eggs, but essentially you just get a massive roasting tray, you'd put all your base veg, so onions, carrots, celery, garlic, whatever woody herbs, and then the idea is you'd get like chicken wings, the bit that, like you go to your butcher, they can just have loads of wings, inexpensive, and then you oil, whatever, seasoning, and then you slowly roast it for ages and ages and ages, and then you would then use that tray on the hob, flour, stock, and you'd make your gravy, strain it, and then you just freeze the gravy, and it's done. Because that's if you're doing a roast dinner, not Christmas dinner, that's the bit that I think often people, when they stumble, they don't realise you can rest the meat for as long as you can, and then it's falling at the gravy header. So why just make your life easy?
Yeah.
Make it in advance. Yeah.
And I didn't realise it was a thing until in Essex, some of the girls at the restaurant were saying it was their gravy weekend with their girls.
What?
They all get together, and Sophia was like, I'm going to get all the chicken wings now to make my gravy weekend. And they all get together, group of girls, and they do gravy weekend every December.
That's so wholesome.
And so I didn't know it was a big thing, but it is a big thing.
I would say, having worked Christmases at the butcher's with Matt, it is a thing, because good luck trying to walk in and get chicken wings, because people have always put them on their orders for their gravy.
That's wild.
And if you are Australian, there's a very famous song by Paul Kelly about Christmas in summer.
Really?
Called How to Make Gravy.
Oh, yeah.
So you can all go home and listen to that later. We've got another tasting, and this is our last tasting, unless there were more questions. So we talked about people trying to put Christmassy flavours into cheeses and other products. We've actually got a really excellent example of that. It's something that I buy, that I love. It's gin by a London distillery, Highgate Distillery. called Sacred Gin, and they make a Christmas pudding gin. So they make the gin, they macerate Christmas pudding to their own family recipe in it, and then they redistill it. So it's not like a gin liqueur, it's not sweet, it's just kind of spiced. It makes a delicious, like French 75 at Christmas, maybe with orange, a lovely Christmas Negroni, marmalade martini. It's good. Eating mince pies, but we have some vegetable questions from the front row.
Oh.
About red cabbage.
Oh,
it's for you.
Clearly.
That was my first mince pie. Absolutely brilliant. I love that.
They're good, aren't they?
Whatever.
This season.
Oh,
this
right.
season.
Sorry.
You've been eating them since the summer. It's my first. I loved all the talk about red cabbage. I'm very excited about red cabbage too. So I'd like to know what the best way to do red cabbage is. And also, I've spent a lot of time slicing and slowly cooking Brussels sprouts and realising what a brilliant flavour that is. And sometimes I've burnt them, and that's got a lovely flavour. And just wondered if you can give us some pro tips on red cabbage and Brussels sprouts, please.
Okay, red cabbage. I mean, you guys could definitely pipe in how you do them, but I slowly cook it. I'll use like a casserole, Le Creuset style pan. I would always put in some peeled and diced apple in there for sweetness. You could use dates, cranberries, whatever, but obviously apple, much sweeter than cranberries. I think I would use balsamic. I like to put vinegar, brown sugar or red wine vinegar, brown sugar, cinnamon, a bit of star anise, cloves, all those kind of flavours.
Juniper?
You could use juniper, but I would do red onions, apples, loads of cabbage, vinegar, brown sugar. The amount of vinegar I put is quite a lot. I want it almost pickly, but then super sweet, the brown sugar, caramelised. Yeah, and then like an hour to 2 hours, easy. Just like leave that thing bubbling away forever.
Exactly the same.
Yeah?
Yeah, but except different vinegar probably.
What would you do?
I don't know. Matt normally does like a deep red wine vinegar.
Yeah.
And we always have odds and ends, so it's a great way to use them up.
That's what I mean, like balsamic, sherry, red, anything like on the darker side,
like
I think
sherry.
is delicious. But yeah, that's what I would do.
And that's a burnt flavour from the Brussels sprouts. How do you do that?
I do like a shredded Brussels sprout. I would absolutely use a food processor and just like shred them up really quickly, and then wok fry really hard and fast. Go in lean into sort of Southeast Asian flavours with that garlic, chili, ginger, and then you just want a couple of minutes high heat, get that char.
Or if you cut them in half and then put them in an oven-proof frying pan, and then pop them on the hob and then pop them into the oven. So you start getting the char on the hob in some oil and then into the oven for the burnt flavour.
Yeah, and also Ravinder at Giccone has got a fantastic Brussels sprout recipe. It kind of converted me to those sort of charred Brussels sprouts with loads of flavour. I'm sure it's available online, so Google her Brussels sprouts. Ravinder at Giccone restaurant.
Giccone.
She's got a fantastic Brussels sprout recipe. Try it.
So I want to tell you quickly about what's in your gift bag, because we've got fun things from some of our friends, and these are all things that genuinely we love. So Sous Chef, who are brilliant, have given us some Aleppo pepper. They're a brilliant.
Sous Chef is so good for gifts.
So good for gifts.
Yeah.
We've got kombucha from LA Brewery. Hayley, who's on the magazine, couldn't be here tonight, but she doesn't drink, and it was her favourite non-alcoholic drink of the year. It's just kind of like crisp and seems festive. It's delicious. We've got fresh chili jam from Tracklements for your cheese board. I love Tracklements. I'm addicted to their Dijon mustard. We've got Mary Losses biscuits from Fortnum and Mason.
Oh my God,
which,
you lucky things.
if you haven't tried, are incredible. they're like their Chocolossus biscuits.
They've got a whole tin.
But festive. They've got a whole tin.
Do we get one?
Maybe.
They
You've
are.
got a mulled,
expensive.
mulled spice bag, which for your wine or cider or apple juice mulling needs. And you've got some Christmas-flavoured snacks from the Co-op, who make the best crisps.
They do.
And you've got some additional bonus from Asda, Boxing Day turkey flavour crisps, because that's super fun. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Is that all? More questions? That's it. They're kicking us out. Thank you. Thank you to Ravneet, who'll stick around. If you would like to buy their books, their most recent books, which is Greekish for Georgie and Baking for Pleasure by Ravneet, are for sale up at the back. The first 25 people to buy one will get, as a gift from us at The Observer, and a signed copy of Nigel Slater's latest book, Thousand Feasts, which will be a lovely thing to have. And Georgie and Rav will be kicking around if you want to get their book signed. And man in the pink top, if you would like some of the pigs in blankets cheese, you can have this one. Thank you, everyone. Very